Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. And so, is there any audio, Jeff?
This was off. I turned it on. It went back off. It's back on.
Is there any audio, Jeff? Could you turn that down?
I had it turned up so I could hear if we had audio. We had our sound engineer in Seabrook was telling us we had no sound. So
we have sound now.
We have sound. We figured out Jeff didn't push the button.
No, the button's supposed to be on. It just wasn't lit.
So it's Jeff's fault.
Oh, it could be.
No. Well, let's see if we have see if we have God's garage back.
Brad, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still with you on the Zoom call.
Okay.
I tried to get to your live stream on my phone, and it says there's no live stream.
Oh, okay. Well, we haven't. Mars has been working on this for 2 hours, which is pretty typical every.
Well, I've got it on my phone. I've got it on here. So.
Okay. Well, at any rate, so we're going to try to continue this. I kind of gave a little synopsis of the thief up there at God's garage, and so the only thing that I can think of, and I'm sure that you thought of this too, Brad, is the fact that somebody knew that truck was inside the garage.
Yeah, you don't know what kind of local knowledge goes into that, but we've got several trucks out here, and we have a few units we use to go pick up vehicles with, and that was just one of them.
Well, that's a real shame, and
yeah.
But you've already recovered the vehicle, correct?
Yeah, we got it back. We found it up in Willis, down a high line, down a four-wheeler trail, and it was just ditched. Guess it didn't meet the chop shop's requirements. So
you got it back. How bad was the damage?
It's cosmetic mostly because the truck's so old. It's got some dents in the doors, and it has a ranch hand bumper on the front that got bent up and crushed the grill, but it'll still run, but we have to replace the steering column because it's just completely wiped out. Well,
that's a real shame. Sorry.
Yep. That's all right.
Do you guys not have any security up there?
Oh, we have, they drove through a 14-foot wide, 10-foot tall wrought iron fence to get out. They jumped the fence to get in. We have 13 acres, so we have a lot of property. So anybody can jump a fence. We have some cameras, and there was GPS tracking on the truck, so we kind of have an idea who did it.
Well, that's good. Glad to hear that.
Hey, well, the downside of it is we posted it on Facebook, and we ended up having 72,000 views of that.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's a real shame.
Well, yeah. it'd be nice if you can get some of them to turn into donors.
Well, it appears that may happen. We've had just amazing amount of calls of people saying, "Hey, what do you need?" And then Channel 2 had us on their 10 o'clock news last night, I think.
Last night, okay. Well, good for them.
Yeah. Good exposure.
Well, I was going to say any exposure is good exposure, and
yep.
Gets the name out there and gets people saying the name as well.
Say my name, say my name. Is it a Beyonce song?
Is it? I don't know.
Oh, you do too. You're a closeted fan.
No.
Not a big fan?
No.
Okay, just check.
Britney Spears.
We freed Britney.
Yeah.
No,
Britney's free because of us.
None of them.
Well, so I assume that the stolen truck is in the throes of getting fixed and put back together, and you're going to continue on using it?
Yes, sir. It's what we do here. So
Okay.
We'll just treat it like it was a donated vehicle that needs some work.
There you go.
Tell us a little bit more about the TVR S3.
Man, this is a neat car. Obviously, British car. Our former board chair, he's still a board member, Ted Wyrick. He's a United pilot, likes to mess around. Definitely a car guy. Just bought a C7 Corvette, Don, so that he's in the club now. But he donated this car to us to auction off to help raise money to build our new building. So that thing is in great shape for a car of its age. Runs really well, has a few little issues. It's on Bring a Trailer, so it's very, very well documented on Bring a Trailer.
So if people want to go
currently this
bid on
morning-
it, they can go on.
Currently I think it was 9,800 this morning, right before we came on.
Yeah, I was going to ask what the expectation is for it.
You know, we really don't know because the market's so weird right now. I mean, a year or two ago, if we got to 10 grand, I think we'd be pretty happy. Right now, there's just all bets are off on this.
Well, you know, with all the mess over there in the Ukraine and Russia, I think that all bets are off on pretty much everything, including the automobile industry. So
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and that goes all the way down to used cars as well. Not to mention, and we're going to have a special section on the whole Ukraine mess and how it's affecting the automotive industry a little bit later on. But at any rate, you know, TVR, I remember them vaguely. There were a few of them around the United States. As a matter of fact, oddly enough, this week on one of the episodes of Wheeler Dealers, I like that show.
Yeah.
They did a TVR Griffith.
Okay.
And it was a fascinating car, and I did not realize this particular one had a V8 engine in it. And it was bad to the bone.
Wow.
It doesn't look like the one that you have up for auction. This was a bigger car. It was a two-seat car, but man, it was rather unique. I don't think I've ever seen one in person, that the kind that they were revealing on the show and the one that they fixed up. But it was a clean car when they bought it, and apparently there is a huge movement over there in Great Britain with the TVR Club. And they brought them all out and were part of the show. Did you happen to see it, Brad?
I did not, but they actually, Wheeler Dealers did do and it's an S2, not an S3 like this one, but they actually did have an episode. I think it was season 6, episode 15, sounds about right. I looked it up the other day.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not that much of a fan of it. I mean, it's a neat show, but I don't have that kind of memory. But they did an S2, and it was a really neat show. And then the other British auto show, car show over there, they had it on there as well. But this car's got the 2.9 liter Ford in it.
Okay. You know,
it's a V6.
It's a V6.
So the old Mercury
Was this called the Cologne motor or something like that?
The Mercury Marcour, he
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
motor.
Oh, but I think that they called the 2.9. I thought they called that the Cologne motor, and it was actually in the other Mercour, the sedan, as well as the sport car.
Yeah, the XR4 Ti, I think,
Right.
was the sedan, right? So that's the motor that's in here. It's a 5-speed. You know, this thing only weighs like 2,200 pounds, fiberglass body. Just shy of 200 horsepower, it'll go.
I bet it will.
So anybody looking for a unique sports car, 2-seat, convertible, for somewhere under $25,000 can go to Bring a Trailer.
And this is a right-hand drive car.
Yeah.
Right-hand drive. They didn't make any of these in left-hand drive, so this is right-hand drive only.
Very unique. And it's legal in the United States.
It is. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, that's very interesting. I'm hoping that you have all the best of luck in auctioning this car off. Did you guys have to do any work to it?
Yeah, we've done some work to it. Again, on Bring a Trailer, I can't mention it all because I wasn't part of a lot of it. But you know, all of the brakes have been gone through. All of the parts that needed to be replaced that's one of the major things with this car. Brakes are always kind of an issue. It's got a new radiator in it. It really runs nice and cool. I think it actually has a new master cylinder and the new vacuum pump. So all of that stuff is on Bring a Trailer. It's very, very well documented. Our guys did a great job. There's plenty of videos on there too that Ted shot when he first got the car. So we've done quite a bit of work, and it's mechanically pretty sound. There's just a couple gauges, I think, inside that don't work, but for the most part, it's pretty operational.
Looks like a good potential track car.
Yeah, that's actually one of the shows that they had. They were comparing this to some of the other cars of its like over in the UK, and they drove it around on a track. And I don't know, I've got a C7 Grand Sport, so to me that doesn't look like a very good track car.
No, but there are classes for it. You've got the Mazda class.
Well, at any rate, it sounds fascinating, and the car itself, it is all complete. It's all there, and what's the parts availability like on a TVR in the United States?
Too bad because it shares a lot of Ford parts, but I think we had to put a Peugeot or vacuum booster on it. So it's a hodgepodge, really. When they built this, I don't think there's any parts that are really, kind of proprietary to TVR. They did a lot with Ford. So, I think it's just a matter of knowing what parts are the compatibles in the other.
And this is, at least based on the pictures I see on Bring a Trailer, it's kind of a convertible, but with an open Targa roof on it. It looks like both sides of it go down, but you can drive it with the rear glass up or with the rear glass down. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. So it's kind of a hybrid of a Targa and a convertible, and the entire top does hide back in the back to make it a full really unique. Really,
just have to know how to shift with your left hand instead of your right hand. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
That's why I said it lost me at right-hand drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got a European plate on it, too.
And where did he find it? Where did your board member find it?
He bought it from somebody that had already imported it. I'm not exactly sure where this one came from. He's done enough transactions on different cars. He's in the process of bringing, I guess, 2 old Corvettes and 2 old Daimlers or something from Florida right now. So he's pretty active with that. So I really don't know where this one came from, but it was already in the States.
And he sounds to be quite the collector.
Okay. So is there a timeline on getting this thing auctioned off?
Oh, we lost the
I
audio on
think
him.
the auction ends in 2 days or a day or something.
2 days.
But I think 2 days. So hopefully fairly soon.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck. It's God's Garage, and where do you go to auction to place a bid?
Bring a Trailer.
Bringatrailer.com.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you look up? I mean, they have more than one car on there,
TVR
I'm sure.
S3. Just put that in the search bar.
TVR S3. Is that right, Brad?
Yes, sir. That's
Okay.
it.
I'm trying to copy and paste it over, but of course I have zero success.
Mike will help you with that.
All right. Well, Brad, it's always great to talk to you. Best of luck on getting this thing auctioned off and getting the highest bid for the thing, and good luck on the truck. Sorry, things have just kind of the wheels have come off, so to speak.
Yeah, let us know what it went for.
Yeah, we will. Thanks for featuring us again. It's always nice to be with you guys, and we'll get our building built, and you can come to a show from there one morning.
Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to it. Thank you,
Awesome.
Brad. Okay, thank you. All right. By the way, if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. There's tons of news to tell you about. And I guess I can give you a little bit of that right now. We're going to have a special section, and we're going to talk to our good friend out on the West Coast about how the Ukraine invasion is going to or is affecting the automobile industry and mainly the new car industry. And he'll be with us toward the end of the show because he's still in bed, I'm sure.
Mr. Nerad?
Yeah, Jack Nerad. So that'll be coming up. All right. Rivian.
Okay.
Rivian Automotive. You familiar with them?
Yeah, kind of more driven around trucks than anything else. They're supposed to have some big monster truck
Well,
thing.
they made a terrible mistake. They rolled back price hikes on EVs booked before March 1st on Thursday, days after facing backlash from customers following a 20% price hike. And they don't even have the cars yet, but they raised the price on them. And they've ordered the cars.
Manipulating it.
The startup automaker said on Tuesday it had increased selling prices of its vehicles by about 20% due to inflationary pressures and higher component costs.
Yeah, well, no kidding.
Under the previous plan, the base price of the Rivian R1T electric pickup truck, I don't know why anybody would go out and buy something that is totally unproven from a company that is a startup.
Never built a vehicle.
Never built a vehicle in their lives. Anyway, the base price of the Rivian R1T electric pickup truck would have risen to about $79,500 from $67,500. Oh, my God. While the R1 SSUV to $84,500 from $70,000. Rivian stock prices fell 3.6% to $51.70 in midday trading last week.
Yeah, so now they're going to go even higher because they got to compensate for the loss of value in the stocks. They're going to sell them. But they're going to sell out of them either way.
What moron would do something like that? That was one of those. That's a Don Armstrong right there. Didn't think that through very well.
Well, I really think where you started the story with an unproven company that's never built a vehicle before, what are you expecting? I mean, honestly, can you really expect a smooth flow of a transaction directly with the manufacturer, which in Texas is not in the business model? And I want to say it's almost against the law in Texas. You're not allowed to, the manufacturers aren't allowed to sell direct to the consumer. So Rivian's doing that same two-step shuffle that Tesla does.
Mm-hmm. What? You shoot yourself in the foot right out of the box.
And base your pricing before you know what your costs are. And now that the costs are going through the roof and probably going to go even higher, their 20% price hike might not be enough.
Speaking of which, how about the gasoline price hikes that have been taking place? Because though that this country has more than enough capacity to produce its own oil, we choose
the request.
We choose to import oil from Russia
and Iran.
People
why? Who hate us?
Yeah, why do we do that? When it's been proven,
he wants to build them back better.
Them, yeah. I just don't understand it.
It doesn't make a moment's worth of sense because all he would have to say is just say, I'm reducing all the restrictions currently on the oil industry. Let's get producing. And price would fall tomorrow.
And there's misinformation in the administration. You got Boris Baranov and Natasha
That's
running.
Boris Batinov.
And Natasha over there running it.
Boris and Natasha.
Hunter doesn't have a job now.
Hunter.
Well, he's not getting any checks from the Ukraine at the moment either.
I think you said all the files have been burned now.
Well, Jeep's electric future has a face now. Stellantis revealed an image of the Adventure brand's first battery electric vehicle on Tuesday. Did you see it? Mm-hmm. The two-door? During the rollout of the automaker's long-term strategic plan that covers the rest of the decade, Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares said the electric crossover will support Jeep's worldwide quest towards zero-emission freedom. It's slated to arrive in the first half of 2023. That's right around the corner in car terms. Tavares said the plan calls for battery electric vehicles to make up all of the company's sales in Europe and at least half of U.S. sales by 2030. Stellantis said it's aiming to have more than 75 battery electric models globally before the end of the decade and to reach global annual battery electric vehicle sales of 5 million vehicles in that period. And the rush of zero-emission models will see the debut of a hydrogen-powered Ram heavy-duty pickup later in the decade.
Wow.
The electric Ram 1500 is slated to hit the market before then in 2024.
So you're going to have full-size trucks from Ford, Chevy, and Ram.
Yep.
And sounds like Ram's going to be the first one out with a heavy duty.
That's what it appears.
As a hydrogen powered, but still a non-petroleum based fuel.
Where does Tesla's pickup fit in that?
Good question.
Yeah, they keep postponing that. I wonder what's going on with that. Why? Why do they keep postponing it?
Well, first off, I'm not a fan of it visually. I think that space Jetson looking thing.
Yes, but you're not the target market either. Yeah, but you're not the target market.
Even though
market,
you are a big target.
the
you have to
target the target market would be our grandchildren, basically. Sorry. Am I wrong?
I think I was just told I was old.
Yeah.
And I am.
And big.
All right. Time
Well,
now.
I think isn't Hummer EVs just around the corner? That's supposed to be starting to get delivered in July.
Good luck.
And that's a little over $100,000.
All right. Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 22 Ram 2500. Available trim levels include the Tradesman, the Lone Star, the Power Wagon, the Laramie, the Limited Longhorn. I reviewed the Lone Star Silver Crew Cab 4x4, as I like to call it, the Whopper. What size and class? Well, it's a standard pickup, but it's a 3/4 ton. Many passengers, 5, including the driver. Exterior changes, it's part of the 5th generation Ram. It was all new for 2019, and this is an all-new trim package called the Lone Star Silver. Exterior features include the big, sexy Ram grille, blackout or chrome, depending on the trim level that you choose. Engine is, it's an engine type emblem on both sides of the truck that says Cummins on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I will tell you, it's one bad-to-the-bone motor. Integrated tow hooks inside the lower grille. Our Lone Star had optional chrome side steps on it. What I liked, the tough and tougher look trim options that are on this particular. What could use improvement? Nothing. Interior highlights include the best dash of all manufacturers. And I say that with confidence.
And they have been for quite some time.
Yes, it truly is. I mean, I'm driving one of its competitors right now, and not that there's anything wrong with this one, but I, in comparison, personally prefer the Ram. Well laid out interior with total functionality, small or big infotainment screens. This one had the smaller one in it, but it was perfectly fine. I like the great big one, and it takes up the entire center of the dash.
Wow.
Multifunction center console works well. Plenty of storage room under the seat, multifunction storage functions throughout. What I liked about it, the in-floor storage. I think that's a very unique feature, and it really floats my boat, as it were. The 6.7-liter Cummins turbo diesel turns out 370 horsepower, 850 pound-feet of torque. Now, there is an option on that. It's called the high output, and it has over 1,000 pound-feet of torque. 6-speed automatic transmission, tow rating up to 20,000 pounds, haul rating 7,680 pounds. Wow. The gas mileage on this, or diesel mileage on this, it's not mandated by law to be on the window sticker.
Three-quarter ton truck.
And I don't understand that. Stupid. Why? I got 19.4 miles per gallon.
That's pretty good for
a gasoline motor. You get 12, 13 miles per gallon.
And it's a huge
with
truck.
a tailwind and going downhill.
So 19.4 miles per gallon over 256.5 miles. What I liked about it, the power, the torque. What could use improvement? Nothing, honey. Ride and handling. Now, the air suspension is available on this. Our particular one had coil springs on it. It's a rough ride without it being loaded and towing something or hauling something, so keep that in mind. But I will say that it rides better than the one that I'm currently driving out there from the competition. Base trim price, $51,027. This is a work truck, folks. So you're going to pay for a work truck.
Base trim at 51.
51. Price is tested $75,840. It's loaded up. Base model price, $41,370.
Wow.
So if you get into a stripper, there you go, $41,370. Competitors, Ford's heavy duty, super duty they call it, $38,540. Chevy, $39,500, and GMC, $40,600. And that's my review of the 2022 Ram $2,500.
You sound like you really liked it.
I did.
It was a good-looking truck.
I wish that I could hook it up to, some
20,000 pounds and drag it somewhere.
Yeah.
Just to see how it feels.
some
weight.
sort of bulldozer or something like that. I mean, because it would do a fine job, no doubt. There you go. All right, time now for the cruise-in calendar, and Conrad has that, I think.
Yeah, on the 19th, on the 12th of March is the Classic Car Stampede in Belleville, Texas. On the 19th, we're going to be at Tailpipes and Tacos out at Lupi Tortillas in Katy on Grand Boulevard and Kingsland. Stop out and say hi. We're changing the format. Stan and the folks at Lupi are changing the format. They're going to do a quarterly show with awards and stuff as well. And it's all still fundraiser for Shirley's kids. And then also on the 19th in Galveston is Saturday at the Strand, and that is a fee. You got to pay $30 to put your car in the show, and that's going to be Pier 1 at 21st Street. Also on the 19th is the Central Texas Rolling Car Show. They'll be leaving Leander, Texas at 9:30 a.m. And then out there near Mr. Mars is on the 26th of March is Church on the Rock at the Spindletop Car Show in Beaumont. And then later on April 9th, Luby's Lake Jackson second annual car show. And that's at 125 Westway in Lake Jackson. April 9th starting at 9 a.m.
All right, and let's not forget the Chrome and Coffee tomorrow morning.
Yep, I have that down for later.
Okay, Chrome and Coffee at the Avalon Diner in the Fountains in Stafford.
On Stan's, on the event at Lupe Tortillas, that is not, you don't have to pay to enter your vehicle, correct?
Correct.
Okay, just want to point that out.
All right. Thank you. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast source. In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break. Saturday, March 19th, 2022 is the premiere of the all-new Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, and you're invited. Tailpipes and Tacos kicks off a new seasonal format, and first up is the Spring Cruise-In at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m., Saturday, March 19th. Tailpipes and Tacos will award trophies for the best hot rod, best classic, and best modern classic, so make plans now. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in, and this is where you'll enjoy seeing the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, along with Lupi Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and all cars will automatically compete for custom Lupi trophies and other prizes. It all happens at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for the all-new Spring Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, March 19th. It's going to be a huge car show, and spectators are welcome. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Let's celebrate the arrival of spring and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday morning, March 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? Well, you found it. You're listening or watching In Wheel Time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Wheel Time Car Show now reaches 500,000, and we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Zekin. His address is jeff@inwheeltime.com. If you're in charge of your company's small, medium, or large business anywhere in the U.S., let the On Hold Company help you retain customers and promote your business on your telephone system. Promote special sales or company info when placed on hold. The On Hold Company provides custom on-hold messages with professional male or female voices, licensed background music with no long-term contract, no monthly recurring bill, and updates your messages as needed. Call the On Hold Company at 713-223-HOLD or go to onhold.net. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.